Hello YouTube, and welcome to my office. This is a pipe I've been longing to light for some time now. I packed it a week ago, and I never got around to smoking it that evening. And I haven't the following evenings either until now. I've been suffering from, I suppose you can call it fatigue. I'll just adjust the camera slightly. I don't know if that was any better. Suffering from fatigue, really tired, not tiredness, sleepy, but just not having any strength to do stuff. And today was a really terrible day for me. And this evening I felt that I have to sit down and smoke a pipe. And I also put on some extra clothes, not extra clothes, extra nice clothes. Well, yeah, I don't walk around the house looking like this, nor the farm, but when I go into town, I might look like this. And dressing up a bit helps me get my, you say composure? Composure, I think. Well, makes me feel a little better, a little more like I've got things under control, even though I haven't. And the terrible things that happened today maybe weren't that terrible, but this really stressed me. And when I get stressed, I used to have a pretty good stress tolerance, or at least I was able to handle it. I was able to take control and do whatever needed to be done. And that's not the case any longer since I got ill. I get not a pain in my chest, but the breathing gets heavy, and I get weak, like physically weak in the body. And today, what caused it was that we had guys turn up here to make a new sewage plant or system for us. We're not hooked onto the public sewage system. We got our own just for the house. And it was deemed unfit by the health and environmental, the local health and environmental agency. So we had to get a new one, and we took in prices from different makers and checked everything and chose one, sent in the application form, and it was okayed. And the plan was to get it done in March or April. And then suddenly the guys that were doing the job phoned and said that they had gotten a late cancellation from a customer. So they were having one digger standing idle. And would it be okay if they came to our place and started working? And yeah, it was okay with us. But I can't handle sudden changes very well any longer. I get really stressed when something happens just out of the blue. I need to plan my days, preferably a week ahead at least. But yeah, they turned up here and they started digging, and they soon found problems. First was old drainage pipes, but still working, coming down from the house. We're putting this sewage. It's not a plant. It's a big tank with the infiltration thing connected to it, and when they were digging for the infiltration, I don't know. Yeah, I'll just call it an infiltration thing. Hopefully you'll understand what I mean. When they were digging for the infiltration thing, they discovered all the drain pipes with water still running in them, coming from the house and from our garden. And we didn't know about them. And that means that if we leave them as they are, there will be a lot more water running into or through the infiltration than it's been designed to handle. So they'll have to connect the drain pipes or drainage pipes to a big pipe and lead it around the infiltration. And it's not rocket science. It can be done, but it'll cost a little more, since more material and more digging. But then after a while they came back and said that there's something strange with our main sewage pipe, because despite all the taps and everything being turned off, was still water running in the pipe. So we can't. That's not good either, because that'll bring too much water once again into the system, and it's not designed to handle that much water. So we started investigating, and what we think is the problem is that there are old drainage pipes below the house, under the basement floor, and they were probably put in there to make the basement as dry as possible, and then they were hooked onto the sewer pipe running out from the house. So now we have to locate where the drainage pipes enter the sewage pipe and break through the floor there and plug the drainage pipe. Hopefully it's just one pipe, and that will require some work and it will cost some money. I can do some of the work, but we'll need a plumber to come out and have a look at it, at least, and do the plugging. And then we'll hope that that won't result in the basement getting wetter or moist. When we bought the house 15 years ago, there was water standing in the basement. Not a lot of it, just few centimeters and not in the whole basement, but in parts of it. And we put in a new drainage system around the house, and that took care of the problem. The basement has been dry since then, so hopefully us plugging drainage pipes under the house won't affect the basement, at least not too much. But that really stressed me, and my wife wasn't at home either. She was at work, and she's usually the one that takes care of everything practical concerning the house or the buildings. She's an engineer that works with designing farm buildings, so she knows her way around buildings and houses as well. So she's the one with the knowledge when it comes to houses. But I had to deal with it as best I could. Yeah, we'll see what happens, and hopefully it won't be too expensive to fix the problems. So that was what turned my day into a bad, or at least stressful day. And even though this all happened before lunchtime, I've been tense the whole day, and not feeling really that great. I don't think I mentioned what I was smoking. It's Jackknife Plug by Cornell and Diehl, and it's nice. It's not like the first time I smoked it. I haven't gotten that smoke sensation that I got then, but it's still a really nice smoke. And I'm smoking it in one of my homemade ash pipes. What else can I tell you? Yeah, the last video I made just before New Year's Eve, then I was trying to light a fire with a fire steel, and I wasn't very successful. I haven't tried using the fire steel since. I haven't been by the fire at all since. But I got a lot of good tips on how to use the fire steel and what to use for lint. So I'll be back with a new fire steel video, hopefully getting the fire lit. And after New Year's Eve, yeah, the wife and I have been alone, no kids at home. They came back on Sunday, and it's Tuesday today. And we didn't get into town to the movies or to have dinner because, as I said, I was feeling really fatigued and didn't feel like leaving home at all. But we've eaten well at home, and we've watched a lot of films, both on DVD and on cable channel that we have on try for 2 months. We've got no plans to keep it, but they offered us 2 months as a trial period, and we're using it for 2 months, and then we'll cancel it. And we've seen some bad films, but we've seen some good as well. I think the two best were one called Morty and one called Hidden Figures. Hidden Figures is about 3 colored women working for NASA during the 1960s on the space program, helping out with the calculations, and that was before the computers came, and well, it was when the first computers came, but it's really good, and it's interesting. It was interesting just to see about the space program, but then there was an added dimension with them being black women or colored women, and the US was in the process of getting desegregated. So it was really good. And yeah, a lot has happened on that front since the early 1960s, both when it comes to space travel and to segregation. The other one, Morty, was an Irish-Canadian, or is an Irish-Canadian film by an Irish director called Aisling Walsh, and it's about a Canadian painter, self-taught painter called Maud Lewis, I think. Lewis was her married name. I can't remember her maiden name now, but it was really good. And I'm not going to tell the plot or the film, but the main character Maud was played by Sally Hawkins, British actress, I've seen her before in a couple of Mike Leigh movies, and she's good, and she was brilliant in Morty. Maud Lewis had arthritis for, I think, most of her life, and it took some great acting from Sally Hawkins to portray her, and I think Ethan Hawke played the main character. Yeah. So if you get a chance, watch both Hidden Figures and Morty. They're really different films, but both really good. I've fallen, since I haven't been smoking for a week now, I've fallen way behind on watching your videos, but I hope to make amends and catch up here the coming week. I'm gonna turn the camera off now. I'll be watching some of your videos. I know that Gribbly Max has a video out called The Tale of Two Moras. Mora or Mora, as in a Mora knife, a Swedish made knife. I really want to watch that video. I think he got the same Mora knife as I did for Christmas. And yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing what he has to say about it. Other than that, I don't know. I'm just trying to get everything back to normal routines after Christmas and New Year. My wife is back working, the kids are back in school, so I'll be home alone again, and I'm looking forward to that. I need the quiet time during the day, I really do. Yeah, I think I'll stop here and let you get on with whatever you were doing. So thanks for watching, take care, I hope to see you soon again, bye.